Oh, this is strange. I've never done this before. Hopefully the lighting quality is good in here. I feel like that maybe that's better. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, this is the first official live Discourse with Dobson live stream on YouTube. Kind of cool. Hi, Aaron. How are you? I'm going to be attempting to do something like this every so often. Wow, there's actually people showing up. It's pretty cool. Hello, everybody who is coming on in. Welcome. It's good to see everybody. Wow, the lighting in here sucks. Give me a sec, guys. Hold on. I think that's better. The one before was better. I think this one's good. How did I like religion class today? Oh, it was wonderful. I enjoyed being a substitute teacher for your class. So for everyone who's coming on in, welcome. I appreciate you dropping by. It's very cool of you. I've actually never streamed on YouTube before. A long time ago, when I was not a teacher and I had a lot more free time in my life, I streamed some video games, and I've had experience streaming on Twitch before. I did not write the Bible, but I've never actually tried to use YouTube as a streaming platform before. So this is kind of cool. Yeah, this is my office. Let me move this Elgato green screen from view. It's quite cool to be live streaming. I haven't done it in a while. Bruh, you was in my school? I probably was, yes. I should write a Bible. We'll title the Bible Discourse with Dobson. That will actually be the title on the front cover of the book. Gamer time, play some Roblox. I think I'm too old for that. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I'm a little bit too old for Roblox. Maybe some Minecraft when I was like... So I did play Minecraft once. I played Minecraft. I guess I technically don't need these because I don't have audio playing right now. It's just me talking. I did play Minecraft once, and it was when Minecraft first came out. I believe I was in first year of university. I got bored of it pretty quick. I guess I'm just not very creative. I don't know, but Mr. Young Allen says, "What got you into teaching?" I like working with teenagers. I like seeing teenagers succeed. I like seeing the you got it eureka moments that teenagers have when they learn something new for the first time or they finally get something. So being a teacher kind of goes hand in hand with that. It allows me to facilitate that understanding of information. Like, for most of you, I've just been your substitute or your supply teacher before, but so you are aware, I am a biology and math teacher, and I do have a pretty good grasp on science in general. It's nice to see when students get it, and I that's kind of what got me into teaching. I wanted to do medicine for a very long time, and I went to school for it, but that really wasn't in the cards for me anymore. And my second love was teaching and tutoring. So I kind of got into that. So that's what kind of got me into teaching. I do not play Minecraft, guys. I'm sorry. We're not going to adopt and raise a baby on Roblox. Who is the most memorable student that I've ever taught and why? There are many memorable students. uh, there, there are many memorable ones. I don't want to say names. I don't want to talk about specific people. I've had a lot of good experiences with all of the classes that I've supplied and substituted for, so I'm not gonna name any single student or event. There are many memorable experiences and times that I've had getting to see so many students. I'll say that. Download Destiny 2. Is it actually free on Steam? Destiny 2? Let me pull that up for a sec. Let me fact check that. Is it actually free on Steam? Let me load up my Steam account here. We'll take a little gander and see if it's free. I didn't even know that Destiny was on Steam. Oh, it is. Wow, cool. But I'm not gonna download it because I don't have time to play video games. All right. While it is probably a pretty cool game, I just don't really have the time to play a lot of video games in my life right now. Aaron says that, did I make a reference to a drag queen or am I tripping? You might be tripping. I don't know if I intentionally made I don't know if I intentionally made a reference to a drag queen. I was the intern for English while your teacher was gone for 2 weeks. Right. So yes, that was my LTO, and I was there for a few weeks, and we had the lovely experience of working on magazines and PowerPoints and all that jazz. That was pretty fun. Just reading through chat here. Do I play Warframe? I've played Warframe in the past. It's a little bit grindy. I felt like the real way to succeed in that game is to like buy the credits or whatever, and I didn't want to put money into that, so I just chose not to. Have I ever watched The Office? Yes, I have binge watched The Office multiple times. In fact, when I was in university, living with some people, hanging out with some friends, the people that I went to school with, we all watched The Office together, and we would get together every week and we would watch The Office. And in my 4th year of university was actually the year that The Office was in its last season. So yes, I have watched The Office. Yes, I have a good love for the Jim and Dwight partnership. Michael is hilarious. I know I didn't get to see the magazines. It sucks because I'm assuming that a lot of the magazines were super cool. And to me, like I said earlier, part of the joy of teaching for me is that I get to see the eureka, the I got it moment. And when I was pulled out of the LTO, I didn't get a chance to see the final products that everyone had been working on. And I was really looking forward to seeing what people had come up with, to see if there was anything super creative. I was told that everyone did really well, which I'm happy about. But it sucks that I didn't actually get to see any of the finished products. Have I watched Stranger Things? I've seen the first season of Stranger Things. I want to finish season 2 and season 3. I just haven't gotten a chance to kind of, I guess, make time for that. But I did enjoy that. Stranger Things was pretty cool. What university did I go to? I went to the University of Guelph. So from 2008 to 2012, I went to the University of Guelph for biomedical science, which is that degree right there. From 2012 to 2013, I went back to Guelph for another year to do a master's degree, and I researched Alzheimer's disease. So if you don't know what that is, that's the disease that typically older people get, where they start to forget a lot of the stuff in their life. They have a difficult time making connections between new events because it's hard for them to connect emotion to experience. So I did a lot of research related to that, and I got my degree there. And then I went to UOIT in Oshawa for my teaching degree, which is that one. And that was 2017 to 2018, and that university is now called Ontario Tech. It's no longer called UOIT. Do I think that Toby is the Scranton Strangler? Yes. Yes, that is some headcanon The Office theory that I firmly believe in. A lot of different pieces of evidence point to the fact that Toby is most likely the Scranton Strangler. Mainly because every time in The Office when they mentioned the Scranton Strangler, there was almost always like some kind of direct piece of evidence related to Toby, like being in the room or being absent that day from work, something like that. Yeah, I believe that. Everyone didn't do well. Someone got a 62%. Okay, well, fair enough. Some people probably just they didn't get it or they didn't put a lot of work into it. I don't know. I didn't see the assignments, right? I have no idea. Your bro is at Guelph? Cool. I hope that your brother enjoys it. It's a great school. It's a very, very nice campus. Um, the school has great food. Guelph is the university that actually has some of the highest ranked food in Ontario. So if you're like a foodie and you enjoy eating like good food, go to Guelph. Um, don't make that like don't make that your primary reason for going to that school, but it can definitely be a deciding factor. Like if you're thinking that you want to get into agriculture or science or um, animal tech or veterinary medicine, something like that, go to Guelph because the school is based around those things. But the food itself is a big, big selling point for sure. What is the dumbest thing a student has said? Mm, there have been many dumb things. Again, I don't know if I can pick. Um, what's that saying? There's never a stupid question. I believe that there is never really a stupid question. Um, I I would say that there's probably some dumb things that I've heard said. I heard some pretty dumb stuff today when I was substituting. Uh, but I'm not going to talk about that. Do I like video games? I do like video games. Growing up, I was a big gamer. When I was in high school, so many of you watching are probably in high school. When I was in high school, when I was in ninth grade, World of Warcraft was the big thing, and it came out, and me and all my friends, we rocked World of Warcraft for a few years. I don't get a lot of time to play video games anymore. At least not as much time as I would like. Um, I currently play when I have some time. I play a game called Dead by Daylight, which is kind of like horror survival player versus player. That's kind of cool, I guess. They have like some licensed killers in there, like Michael Myers from Halloween, and they have like Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street. They have the one girl from Saw. I can't remember her name. It's really bugging me that I can't remember her name. She wore like the pig mask. Yeah, like Dead by Daylight. That's my jam. When I have time, I don't get a lot of time to play video games though. How many times have I watched The Office? I've probably watched through The Office fully twice. But there are definitely episodes like if you go back and you watch like season 2 and season 3 of The Office, that was quality. Like that portion of the television show was probably the best that The Office has ever been. And there are some really good episodes in there that um, I think would be rewatchable without having to rewatch the whole show. What is my opinion on Sans Undertale? So I've played Undertale. That was a game that I played like when it first came out, and it was pretty cool. Um, I definitely did the playthrough where you like kill all the monsters, like every single last one of them, and then at the end you have to fight Sans. Like that was pretty cool. It was hard. Um, but again, that was like when the game first came out. That was years ago. That was before I was a teacher. Um, so that's I don't know. That's the thing. Yeah, I know about Sans, guys. I'm not that out of touch. Have I watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? No, I've seen like maybe one episode of JoJo. Um, there are some animes that I watch. One that I'm currently trying to get through on Netflix is Castlevania. That one's pretty cool. It's a little bit gory. It has swearing in it as well. So, um, you know, use your discretion. Uh, it's pretty cool. It's based off of like the old video game, and I used to play Castlevania when I was a kid. Um, if you haven't guessed yet and you haven't seen in like previous videos of mine, I like One Piece, the anime about silly pirates. That's pretty cool. I actually I started watching One Piece when I was in high school. I was in like the 12th grade and I started watching that show. And it's still going on. And I'm a committed fan for life. I have to know how it ends. So that is something else that I watch. I've had suggestions from students all the time about different animes that I should watch. I should watch Demon Slayer. I've heard is a good one. Um, I've heard that My Hero Academia is good. When I was younger, I used to watch like Dragon Ball, like Dragon Ball Z. That was my jam when I was a kid. Like when we were kids, we didn't have like cell phones in like the 5th grade. So literally at recess, we would pretend to be Dragon Ball Z characters and we would just fight each other like at recess when the teachers weren't looking. And like thinking back, it's pretty cringe, but like we were super into it. We loved that. Like that was fun. Um so yeah, that's kind of my opinion about that stuff. What is my opinion on the legalization of weed and who am I voting for? Interesting question. Thank you for the question, Alex. Um, I'm gonna avoid talking about the first one. The reason why is because I don't want what I say to be misconstrued. You guys have to remember that I'm a teacher and that I'm a teacher at all times. I'm a teacher in the public light. I don't condone the smoking of weed. Um, I've personally never done it. I've never smoked to begin with, so I don't really have like a strong opinion about it to begin with. But as far as the second one goes, who am I voting for? I already voted. And I'll tell you this much: I did not vote conservative. Um, Unfortunately, I think most of you are probably too young to vote. But I'm glad that some of you are at least thinking about that stuff because when you become 18 and you are then capable of voting in Ontario, you are going to be a part of a very significant group of voters who are capable of changing the face of the country. That's pretty cool that that's already going through your head, Alex. I like that. You hate me for not watching JoJo? Sorry, Sebastian. Oh no, you did not make a subreddit for this stuff. Please. There's already 2 members? Guys, no, don't do this stuff. I'm probably gonna log on there in, like, a week, and there's gonna be a bunch of dumb memes about me. Who is my favorite from SpongeBob or Patrick? Guys, I love all these educational questions, right? Clearly people are spending their Thursday night, doing homework and studying for tests and stuff. Um, who is my favorite between SpongeBob and Patrick? I don't know, dude. Like, I think that, like, SpongeBob is, like, the more memey one, I guess. Have I played Earthbound? Yes, I have. I'm actually shocked that that is a question that I got asked tonight. Um, so for those of you who don't know, Earthbound, if you've ever played, like, Super Smash Brothers before, the character Ness, like, the kid with the backwards hat that goes, "PK Fire!" So he's from a video game series called Earthbound, which was originally released in Japan, and then it never made its way to North America. Like all these video games by Nintendo that make their way to North America, Earthbound was not one of them. For the longest time, and then it did get sent over to North America, and there is an English copy of it. But yes, I have played Earthbound, and I've even played Mother 3. Which was the third installment of Earthbound, and that was pretty cool. And I played those again when I was much younger. I played those probably when I was in university, so it was probably like 8 or 9 years ago, something like that. I did not vote People's Party. I did not. Dobson the goat. Listen, guys, I know that GOAT stands for greatest of all time, but I'm going to change the meaning of GOAT to greatest of all teachers. How about that? Right? Greatest of all teachers. I'm not going to make a Discord. Again, you guys have to remember that I'm a teacher. Um, everything I say and do is public. Everything I say, every single way that I interact with students, it's all in the public light. Discord is kind of a private thing. I don't want that to be a thing. You guys are free to make your own Discord, whatever, but I'm not going to be associated with it. I'm not gonna dab for you again. You missed it, unfortunately. You'll just have to come up to me in school and be like, "Hey, Mr. Dobson, can you dab for me?" And then maybe if I'm feeling good, I'll do it. I'm also not going to whip and nay, sorry, or hit the woe. Why is there more homework? Okay, this is actually a really good question. Let's talk about this for a sec. Why is there more homework in academic classes instead of more classwork? Okay. So if you are a student who's currently watching and you are in academic classes, you've probably found this trend that there is a lot of homework. And part of the reason why that exists is because typically the academic lessons that accompany the work, so that you do the lesson and then you go home and you do the classwork, which is called homework. Typically, the content, especially in science class or math class, typically the content that's taught in the lesson, there's a lot of it. And a lot of teachers teach by the book. They follow like a plan or a textbook. And they don't really provide a short summary. They like to go in detail about all of the things that, their prescribed plan goes over. And typically those lessons, they last anywhere from like 50 to 60 minutes, give or take however much time that is wasted during a normal high school period, from announcements, can I go to the bathroom, what is this, what's that, here's the question, answer the question. And you'll find that that trend exists a lot as you go through academia. If you're in academic classes, The likelihood is that you want to go into university level classes, and the reason why you're probably in university level classes is because you want to go to university. Um, the whole structure of academic to university to actual university is designed that way. It's all theory based, it's concept based. There's very little hands on. Everything is about like problem solving. Um, that's kind of the why that happens. Like that's the why behind it. Whether or not that's the right thing or whether or not that's like the best possible thing is debatable. That's like a topic in teaching that's often debated between both sides. What is my favorite school to teach at? I have a lot of schools that I teach at. I don't really have a favorite just yet. I haven't been teaching long enough, I think, to have a favorite. Can I do a Fortnite dance? No, I'm not going to do Fortnite dances on the channel, unfortunately. Um, I I'm gonna try and avoid that public embarrassment as much as possible. Do I teach elementary? I have before. Yes, I have taught and supplied and substituted whatever word you want to use at elementary schools before, which is fun. I like it. I've taught like grade 1 classes before. It's a lot different than high school. What do I think about? Oh, hello, Jason. What school am I at tomorrow? I'm not going to say that on the internet. I don't want to dox myself. Um, you might see me, you might not. I don't know. I don't know. I'll probably find out in the morning. What do I think about the black hole event in Fortnite? Sebastian, my quick answer to that question is it was a fantastic marketing technique because basically everyone who knows about Fortnite was like angry that they couldn't play Fortnite. And everyone who didn't really know about Fortnite, like parents, they now know a lot about Fortnite because their kids were just complaining to them about Fortnite and how they can't play their Fortnite games. Like that was if you look at the Google trends of Fortnite in like the last week, I'm pretty sure they've skyrocketed as a result of that event. Fantastic marketing technique, I think. My favorite subject to teach, random Canadian guy, is biology. I am a biology guy through and through. I went to school doing things like molecular bio, biochemistry, embryology, pathology, you name it, human anatomy. There was a course that I took when I went to the University of Guelph where we got to dissect human cadavers. So in high school, you often dissect like a frog or a fetal pig or sometimes like a cat. In university, I got to take apart a human body, which is pretty cool. You go in with like a team, and every week you work on the same body that's been donated to the university by science. Yeah, biology for sure. I love learning about the human body. What are those things on my wall? Well, that's my jacket. That's my teaching degree. That's my bachelor's degree. That's Batman. Okay. And up here is like a little metallic poster of like a crossover between One Piece and the Avengers. Do I know how to code? I know how to block-based code, which is like kind of what kids do. I don't know any coding language that isn't block-based, so I don't know like how to code in HTML or C++. I would love to know that stuff. It's like learning an entirely new language. But I only really know how to use like Scratch and like block-based stuff. Friendly Canadian, I think that we will save our Earth. I have strong hope in humanity that we will save our Earth. It is your generation. It is the current teenage generation, unfortunately, which has been given this huge burden by adults to basically save the Earth. But from what I've seen online and in person, I more than think that the human beings who are currently growing up at this time will be able to save the Earth. I don't think it's as dire as people are suggesting. Climate change is real, and like when people hear things like in 10 years, like we only have 10 years to reverse the changes, or we face like a 1.5 degree Celsius increase across the globe. Like, yes, that's real. But I don't think that's like undoable. All it really takes is the right leadership in power. And I think right now, with the way that everything is going, I think that you will see reversible changes happening. And I don't think it's as dire as a lot of people initially think. I don't have a Reddit. Let's get this straight. This is me officially stating this online for the public to see. I do not run the Discourse with Dobson subreddit. I do not have a Discourse with Dobson Discord. These are purely fan-made things that I am not associated with. I do have an Instagram, but it's my personal private Instagram. So unfortunately, you will not be able to see that. Have I played Skyrim? I have Skyrim in my Steam library, but I have never played it. I know about the Skyrim memes, but I've never actually played Skyrim. My favorite Marvel character, it's probably Tony Stark. Peter Parker's a pretty close second, I think. I'm a pretty big fan of the Civil War comic series, where it's very different from the movie. FYI, the Civil War comic series is extremely different from the movie, and I get why they did it the way that they did in the movie, but like, it's very different. And I actually can't wait until they incorporate the X-Men into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I think is coming. This is my official prediction here. I think that they will be introducing the X-Men into the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the next phase of Marvel. Like, that is for sure going to be a thing. What is my opinion on school not teaching about taxes and money and how to use mortgages? Okay. Thunder XD. So here's the thing. There actually are courses in high school that talk about those things, but it is very heavily dependent on the teacher. You hate how I said the XD. It's very dependent on the teacher. That being said, I think that there are a lot of things in life that you are naturally going to figure out yourself. So, for example, actually, give me one sec. For example, there is a class in high school based around like food and nutrition, like home economics, like food and tourism or whatever it's called, that teaches cooking skills, but you don't have to take that to learn how to cook. Do you know what I mean? I never took it, and I can cook myself enough meals that I would be able to survive as an adult. As far as taxes go, I mean, that's obviously a very important concept because basically as soon as you turn 18, you really have to start thinking about that stuff. I would say that a little bit more education about that stuff, it would be nice. Personally, I think that having like a life skills class in high school, so something that teaches about taxes and owning a property, mortgage, things like self-defense, cooking, other basic life skills like money management, time management, stress management, emotional management, like all of that stuff. Yeah, I think that there should probably be some kind of like mandatory course that high school students are required to take. Yeah, so for exactly, you're right, Thunder. So like things like first aid, CPR, like that stuff should be mandatory, 100%. I also think like things like your digital footprint, so like the social media trace that you leave. So like for you, who's probably a teenager, posting a bunch of like dumb memes on like your main profile account or whatever, probably a bad idea, because if that stuff ever gets traced back to you by a potential employer when you're older, you can't really claim like I was a dumb teenager. The thing is, you still did it, right? So yeah, like digital footprint, your economic footprint, your carbon footprint, like how to reduce your carbon emissions, like all of these things are probably good things to teach high school students. The problem is the curriculum is very political. Um, Finding a way to insert that into the current curriculum is difficult. Um, I think that there should be something like that for sure. Whether or not there will be, I don't know. I don't know. What am I drinking, Jason? It is a Coke. It is a Coke Zero. It is a Coke Zero. How to apply for moderator. Guys, I don't even know what that means. Does that mean you moderate the YouTube chat? The stream is not big enough right now to need a moderator. I can do that myself. I could be playing video games right now, but I'm talking with students. I could be. But I care about the students that I teach, so I'm here. Let me scroll up for a sec to see. Have I played Fallout? I've played Fallout New Vegas. I see some Visco Girl chat. Have I played Pokemon? Yep. So when I was a kid, I was a big Pokemon fan. I saw the Pokemon movie in theaters. Do 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 do. I should stream on Twitch? Nah. Who's my favorite actor? That's a hard one too. Favorite actor. I'm a big fan of Hugh Jackman. I really liked what was that one movie that he was in recently? The one about the circus. The Greatest Showman. I really liked that movie. He was also really good in what is that other one called? The Prestige from 2006. That's a good movie too. Yeah, I like Hugh Jackman. He was cool as Wolverine. Like Wolverine is another one of my really favorite Marvel characters. Like Logan was a really good movie that I enjoyed. What do I think of Joe's new job? I don't know if I know who you're referring to when you say Joe. The random Canadian guy. I'm not... Or sorry, no, the friendly Canadian. I don't know who... Oh, got him! You guys are silly. Clearly, I am not so up to date with the memes that that you got me. Got him. Am I anti-vax? Savage Cabbage, come on, dude. I tell everyone that biology is like my favorite subject. Am I anti-vax? No. Go watch Penn and Teller's anti-vax talk. Do it. It's a good one. So I'm learning new things about YouTube here. So I can like click on these triple dots beside someone's name and I can remove chat. I can put user in like a timeout. Like I can like put you in the timeout corner. I can hide someone. Okay, I can add a moderator. I can report someone. Cool. That's kind of neat. You guys should all be doing your homework. I don't know why you're coming on this live stream. The final season of Game of Thrones was awful. In fact, the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones was pretty bad. Pretty bad. They had like really, really bad writing decisions with Daenerys. I don't know. Jamie's character, like, it was just it was it was silly. 5 to the power of 0 is 1. Y equals x minus 4, x plus 4 is a difference of squares. What has been the worst experience while supplying a class? I've been pretty lucky as a substitute teacher that like 99% of the time my experiences with classes are fine. Friendly Canadian, I think you forgot a squared symbol. Y equals a bracket x minus h squared plus k. That's a vertex form, guys, for quadratics. Come on, don't forget the squared symbol. Yeah, I've been pretty lucky as far as like my substitute classes go. There's been a few classes where I've had to like call them out. I think that for those of you who have had me as a substitute or a supply teacher, you kind of know that I'm fairly blunt and I don't hold back my words. I don't mince words. And if you're being dumb, like if you're being annoying or obnoxious, like I'll call you out. I have no problem doing that. There's been a few times where I've had to do that with classes just because of certain incidents that have happened that kind of really like personally offend me. Um, if I hear people being like misogynistic or another one that I don't really like. So if you're ever in one of my classes, don't let me hear you say the word retarded. I know that a lot of you probably think it's like a huge meme, but it's not. It's just stupid. What I think a lot of people mean to say when they say that's so retarded is they're trying to find a word for something like that's so dumb or this is so silly. But in their head, they've trained themselves to associate that word, which is often used to like describe people who have, they're on the autistic spectrum disorder or, they're different from normal people. They've associated that word with dumb or stupid, which is not true at all. And they often use it to replace it. So do not ever let me hear you say stuff like that because I'll call you out like that. I'll be on you. They probably don't mess with you as much because you have a YouTube channel, which is sick. Maybe. I mean, I've only had the YouTube channel for like a month and a half. I've been doing this for a very short amount of time, and in comparison to the amount of time that I've been a teacher, it's been much longer. I feel like I'm never gonna say someone's name. Like if someone's like, "Hey, do you know John? Hey, do you know Martha?" I'm not gonna like answer that stuff in chat because I know I'm just gonna get gothamed again. So I'm gonna avoid that stuff. Do you think it's possible to live a normal life and not ever tell a lie? I think this is a loaded question because I think Like, what is a normal life? What does that mean? Um, is it possible to live life without ever lying? I don't think so. I think people are always gonna tell, like, a lie here, a white lie there. Sometimes people do it for malicious reasons, sometimes people do it to hurt people, sometimes people do it to protect people, like, I don't think that, um I don't think it's possible to live without telling a lie here and there. Lying doesn't always have to be, like, a bad thing, I don't think. Um, I mean, I've lied in the past. I've lied to students before, like, but it's never, like, done to be, like, a bad person. Sometimes it's just to protect people. Sometimes, you just say something to to keep them from a truth that you know is gonna hurt them a lot more. And that's controversial. Some people will say you should hurt them with the truth much more so that they're aware of it and, they don't have to be hidden from it for the rest of their life, but I think it just depends. I think it depends entirely on the context of the situation. That's all. When is the merch dropping? I don't think there's gonna be merch, guys. Maybe if the channel, like, listen, I'll make you a deal, okay? I will drop some merch. You betcha. But the channel has to get big. Like 350 subscribers? Not enough for merch. That's just super sellout mode. I gotta put some time and work. Guys, there's only like 18 videos on 17 videos or something on the channel. Like it's gotta be you gotta give it some time. You gotta share it with a person, tell a friend, yo, I know this sick teacher, Mr. Dobson. He has a YouTube channel. Give it some time. Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way that a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyways. Because bees do not care what humans believe to be impossible. Can I unmute Sebastian? Yeah. If I can figure out how. What is my opinion on the fact that the rate of students vaping/smoking and increasing at a pretty high rate? Jason, that is another interesting question. Here's what I'll say. Okay, when I was growing up and I was in high school, a lot of people smoked. A lot of people smoked cigarettes, fully aware that smoking is one of the leading causes of cancer, and it's linked to many kinds of human diseases. It also contributes to pollution and secondhand smoke, which can hurt other people. It also drains your bank account. It also makes your teeth and your skin go yellow. Blah, blah, blah. The reasons go on, whatever. People did it anyways. People ignored the side effects anyways. I think it's good for us to be like, hey, that's bad. You shouldn't do that. But I don't think there's going to be definitively a way to ever stop it. I don't approve of it. I think it's stupid. Like, there are plenty of other ways to get like a dopamine release in your brain than like sucking on nicotine water. Like, it's just stupid. As far as the rate increasing, it all I'll say is it'll be interesting to see, like when there are long-term studies that come out in the next few years about like teenagers and adults who vape. It'll be very interesting to see like if there are actual like consistent negative results across all these studies. And it'll just be history repeating itself. It'll be a bunch of dumb teenagers getting addicted to a substance that is chemically addictive in their body, and they have no control over it. I don't know what else to say about that. Have I ever had a channel before this one? No, I have not. No, this is the first YouTube channel that I've ever had. Dobson should narrate the B movie too. Memes, guys. I'm not gonna narrate Shrek. Sorry. Can I react to Religion Rap by Bradley Bush and Graham Ashik on stream or video? I'll look at it off stream, but the likelihood is probably no. How do I think the humans as a species will go extinct? We're getting super deep, guys. This is Q&A and late night school advice with Discourse with Dobson. How are humans gonna go extinct, by the way? War, killing each other, like running out of Earth's natural resources, global warming, something like that. I don't know. Nuclear bombs, technology advancing too fast for its own good, AI replacing human beings because they're just a virus on the planet, something like some kind of sci-fi story, The Matrix, right? Aliens, I don't know. I hope that humans don't go extinct. I would like to live until I die of old age. That would be nice. Who knows? Maybe when I'm like 70 years old, there'll be some kind of cool drug that I can take that keeps me alive for like an extra 50 years. That would be sweet. Do you like being a substitute or would you rather be a full-time teacher? How many days are in a year? 365. I like being a substitute teacher. I also like being a full-time teacher. There's benefits and cons to both. One of the benefits of being a substitute teacher is I don't really have to prep the lesson. Your teacher does that. Being a full-time teacher would mean I get to teach the things that I like to teach the most, which is biology and math. So, yeah. I'm not going to narrate the B movie. It's not happening, guys. Sorry. Can I react to cursed images? Do people even like looking at that stuff? I don't know, guys. That's not really like educational content. Do I watch PewDiePie? I've watched PewDiePie's videos once or twice. I know who PewDiePie is. Like I know who PewDiePie is. Do I watch him on the regular? Like am I addicted to PewDiePie's videos? I need them injected into my veins? No. No. I don't think I'm his demographic. The sun thing is pretty interesting, but that's not going to take place for many, many years. I don't think any of us and our grandchildren and our grandchildren's grandchildren and their grandchildren will ever have to worry about the sun. Like that's in its own. I don't even know what to call it. It's too far away. Mayonnaise is the single greatest threat to this world alongside honey badgers. You ever had like a BLT? Like bacon, lettuce, tomato? Don't you put mayo on that? It's okay. What is my favorite video game? Right now, my favorite video game is Dead by Daylight. When I get a chance to play it, which is not very often. Abyss, what's going on? Welcome. I think that's the first time I've seen you in chat. We just need a giant fan to keep on pushing the sun away. You should build one, see what happens. How likely do I think it will be that humans last another 1,000 years? I feel like I need time to think about these questions, guys. I think it's pretty likely. I think that humans will survive and last for a very, very long time. Hey, Alex, how are you? Mr. Young Dragon. Neat setup with the Yeti. What's in the PC? I can pull it up. It's actually a decent computer. It's cool that you recognize that it was a Yeti. So I have an AMD Ryzen 5 1600 6-core processor, which has 12 CPUs at 3.2 gigahertz. I have 16 gigs of RAM. I have 3 monitors. So this is my main monitor. I have a second monitor that's smaller right next to it. And then I have a TV up here that's mounted on the wall that's connected to the computer. I have a GTX 1080 graphics card. There's an SSD in here that has Windows loaded on it. Like it's a decent computer setup. It costs like $2,000. Yeah. What are the first 5 numbers of pi? Well, they're already in the chat, so there you go. Nathan, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. I don't think that I'm the best, but I think I'm pretty cool. Pat on the back. What is my favorite joke? Yikes, guys. I don't know. I can't think of that stuff off the top of my my head. Abraham, good to see you. Is James Charles my favorite YouTuber? No, actually. I know who James Charles is, and actually, I also know who Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star are. I like Shane Dawson. I think he's funny. But no, I'm not really a big fan of James Charles. I think he's too young. Fame got to his head real quick. I think he's made some probably significant mistakes in his life. But I mean, good for him. He's probably like a multimillionaire, right? Did I raid Area 51? No. Do I think we will ever make it out of the solar system? Yes. Can I start a Minecraft series? No. What do I think of the Area 51 raid? It's a meme. Thunder has a Yeti blackout. You have 3? Oh, what? What is this computer? This is like a $3,000 computer. You have a 2080 Ti? Thunder, dude, that's a good computer. Owen, can you join me in a Minecraft series? No. Mr. 12, please join my SMP Minecraft server. No. Peanut butter and jam or peanut butter and Nutella? PB&J, EA. By the way, EA, Mr. Sebastian, you gotta stop changing your name, dude. The PC was 3,200. Wow. Nathan, this is Coke Zero. Okay, so guys, the live stream's coming on up to about an hour now. I'm probably gonna call it when it's at an hour. I've been thinking about doing something like this for a while. Maybe doing it like once a week, just like a random Q&A. Just like if you need help with a quick question from homework or you need some quick advice, I think it's pretty cool that I can do something like this. I should make a Patreon. I don't really want to take money from students. I don't know how I feel about that. I'll think about that. Guys, I appreciate that you want me to stay. I'm going to take off. It was wonderful seeing all of you. I hope to see you again soon. I'll try and make this like a weekly thing. If you see me in the halls or whatever, say hi. Mr. Small Duck. No, I do not. Take care, everyone. Peace out. Have a good night. Get your homework done. Study for your test tomorrow, whatever it is that you have. Get it done. Grind. Get the grade. Peace out. Mr. Dobson is out. Any more ways that I can say it like super cringy? Should I get up and do like the Fortnite dance? Abraham, you're not wrong. School is programming. School was originally designed to make you into a factory worker. That is the Western world. It's much different now. It's supposed to be. It's technically supposed to be much different now. But you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay? I gotta take off, guys. I gotta go. Okay? You're all gonna have to take the L on this one. I'm taking off. I'm not default dancing. Peace out. Have a good night. Get your homework done. Get some rest. Goodbye.